others. The result? Destruction. Wallah, inviting destruction. The people are there, here. There are people here. Wallah, there are people here. I'm not talking about the missionary who comes and knocks at your door. The missionary who comes and knocks at your door, he's got vested interests. There's livelihood, respect in his community for doing the job. He comes and knocks at your door and he wants to convert you. He wants to convert you. There's something valuable. Well, if he gets a Muslim, it's something achieved. Like in my part of the world, Natal and the Transvaal, if they get one of my nation, it's a diamond that he's got. The others, the Madrasis, the Tamils, the Telugus, is cheaper by the dozen. It's not the same value, it's like a ton of coal. One diamond is worth more than a ton of coal any day. So it's a pride. He says, I got a Didat fellow, I got a Lokhat fellow, I got a Parak. It means something. There's others cheaper by the dozen. So they're out. You are a challenge. The Muslim is a challenge. 300 years they tried. They hammered your people for 300 years. They changed your language, they changed your culture, they changed your names. But you retain Islam. You happen to be one of the most militant Muslim communities in the world. You can only compare yourself with the Malays in Singapore and the Malays in Malaysia. They are jellyfishes. Your cousins and your fathers, your uncles, they are like jellyfishes compared to you. You are as hard as steel. That hammering has done you good. You didn't like it, but it has done you good. Wallah, it's made militant people out of you. What are we going to do? You were brought here against your will. Your forefathers didn't come here. My forefathers did. They came because they were starving in India. They thought, South Africa, easier living than there in India. We were starving, so they came. I came in 1927, and I know what I went through. I didn't have shoes. I had a calico shirt hanging outside and a calico trousers. I didn't own a handkerchief. The handkerchief was only the rich people. They used to keep it here for ornament. When you saw a man, that means he's somebody. He had a handkerchief here. My handkerchief was my coat. In winter, when father bought me a coat, I used this as a handkerchief. When the nose is wetted, it's coming down, drops are falling. Wallah. After eating, you wash your face. What do you do? This thing is shining. This thing is shining. Shine. They shine. It's all that's constant. No sweating. This is all shining. And nobody in my life ever told me, Ahmad, what's this? Nobody. Because they expected that. So what else can you do? Every other boy had the same, all this shiny, shiny, shiny. We came because we were starving. You were brought here because the Dutch, when they conquered your country, Indonesia originally, those of your forefathers who were fighting for their freedom, they were captured as prisoners of war and shipped to the Cape of Good Hope and sold to the white men as slaves. When the British conquered Malaysia, those of your forefathers who were fighting for their freedom, they were captured as prisoners of war and shipped to the Cape of Good Hope. Good Hope for the white man. And sold to him as slaves. Under those conditions, you couldn't open your mouth. If you open your mouth, the white bass will break your jaw. You can't even pray. You have to do things in hiding. Now that's your history. We didn't expect, nobody expected anything from you. But Allah had a purpose. You didn't like it. But Allah had a purpose in having you brought here. You didn't like it. Your forefathers didn't like it. Wallah, how can you like it? Separated from your motherland, from your parents, your relations and all into a foreign land, enslaving for the enemy. Who would love a thing like that? But Allah had a purpose. Same like He had with Bibi Hajara and little Ismail. Allah Bari Ta'ala commands Ibrahim alayhi salam to leave them where Makkah is today, in the desert, with some water and some food. And Hajara runs short of water. And the child is dying, infant Ismail is dying of thirst. So she runs between Safa and Marwa. There were small hillocks. So she runs, she walks down and she runs, and she walks up the other hill, and she looks around looking for some people, habitation, nothing, and she comes down and she runs and she goes up the other hill and she looks around, nothing. You think she liked it? Allah liked it. Her performance, that love and compassion for her child, Allah loved that. What she was doing for her child. So He made it one of the fundamentals of Hajj. So you too do the same. In emulation of Hajra, do the same. Did Hajra like it? No. Did Ismail like it? No. Allah had a purpose. Now we can see that there was a purpose. Today 3 million people are gathering there because of that. Allah had a purpose. Allah bringing you all here for what? To have a jolly good time? Dance with the coons? Is that why He brought you here? No. He's brought you here to do a job of work, wallah. Because you can't get another Malay to come here. You know that? You can't get another Indonesian to come and live with us. You know that? Out. Another Indian, Pakistani can't come here. You know that? You can't. They will never allow any black man to come into the country. But you are here. Almost 250,000 now. For what? For nothing? No, Allah had a purpose. Wallah, in His master plan, there is a purpose and an opportunity that Allah is giving you and me, that you and I can turn the tables. We can change the situation in this country. We can, with a little exertion. If you do a little bit of homework. Unfortunately, we don't want to do homework. The Muslim doesn't want to do anything. Even for himself, he wants to do nothing. He is satisfied. Bacha the Quran, mashallah. Sawab, sawab, sawab. We listen to our qaris, mashallah. All this we are prepared to do. But we don't do a little bit of homework to find out what is Allah telling us. What is He commanding us? Nobody wants to know. Because we don't know Arabic. What about a translation? Get an English translation. Get an Afrikaans translation. And what better than this? Today, you can get this book, 2,000 pages. Wallah. Actually 1,920. Where does it hurt to make it 2,000? 2,000 pages for 5 rands. There is not another book on earth, wallah. On earth, you can buy 2,000 pages hardcover book for 5 rands. You just buy the Arabic Quran. I don't know how much it costs you for your children. Anybody know? The Arabic Quran, for your children that read in the house without the translation. How much? And that's only about 300 pages. You know that? This is 2,000 pages for 5 rands. It's unimaginable. Wallah, you can't imagine it. This is like stolen property. I'm giving it to you. Liquidation stock. There's a liquidation stock. Somebody has gone bankrupt. I'm giving it to you. 5 rands. I says, look, you owe it to yourself. Improve your English, this book will do it. Your English. You don't have to read Shakespeare or Milton even to improve your English. Believe me. We have just made a program, you'll see it inshallah very shortly, on Mnet, open time. Half a minute. You know what's half a minute? 30 seconds. You can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to 30 seconds. That 30-second program cost me 27,000 rands. I'm lying to you. Why should I lie to you? I don't know. I'm not asking you for anything. That half a minute program for the Mnet cost me 27,000 rands. And 5 days a week we're going to start. It will cost me 30,000 rands a week. That 30-second program cost me 27,000 rands. I'm lying to you. Why should I lie to you? I don't know. I'm not asking you for anything. That half a minute program for the Mnet cost me 27,000 rands. And 5 days a week we're going to start. It will cost me 30,000 rands a week. Today, for 30,000 rands for half a minute, where am I going to get that type of money from? No, you have to have other sources. This 100,000 I'm printing cost me 2 million rand, and I'll sell it for 5 rands each. Madness, foolishness. I said, no, don't worry. There is a type of man who's prepared to help me with that. You see? So I want to help you. I don't want to pocket the money. I don't want to live on this. I want to spend. Because the more I'm spending, the more I'm getting. Now I've reached a stage, the more I spend, the more I get. I don't have to say. I said, look, take it, man, 5 rands. I said, English. So this man you'll see him, he's not a Muslim. He's a young man,